Hello, my name is Linnekens, and I'm the President of Global Innovation Development. One of the most important aspects of any real estate development project is its impact and interaction with the environment. An analysis of the environmental aspects of a project can be as simple as a basic evaluation of how the existing environment will affect the project. These would be things like toxins in the soil or the level of the water table. On the other hand, the environmental review can also be significantly more broad, including an evaluation of how the proposed project will impact the environment around the site. This second type of evaluation has increased in importance over the years, and these days most significant projects will require some type of environmental impact review. This review will cover topics like traffic, sound transmission, the blockage of views, the projection of light and the casting of shadows, the elimination of green areas, the increases on the load on city services like trash and water and power, and many, many others. These environmental reviews can range from a simple environmental impact statement, or EIS, all the way up to a full-scale environmental impact report, or EIR. An EIS is basically a statement of the assumed impacts of the project and is usually combined with a negative declaration, that is, a statement or declaration that the project will not pose a significant impact on the environment. On the other hand, in connection with larger or more controversial projects, a full-scale EIR will likely be required. This EIR will study the project from virtually every angle. It will investigate the impacts of the development on virtually every aspect of the surrounding neighborhood and community. And it will suggest certain mitigation measures to help attempt to offset these environmental impacts. The environmental study of a project can be a very long and contentious process. Typically, the developer seeks to minimize the perceived impact of the project in order to avoid costly mitigation measures, whereas the city officials and public advocates generally seek to amplify the perceived impact of the project in order to extract additional mitigation measures or concessions from the developer as a condition of approval of the project. As such, the environmental process requires significant diplomacy by the developer and can vary dramatically from location to location depending upon the local customs, regulations, and citizen involvement. The selection of the environmental consultant is critical to the environmental review. Probably one of the most important aspects of the consultant selection is to make sure that you select a consultant who can approach the project impartially. Having an impartial consultant will typically result in a fair evaluation of the project and its impacts on the community. And it will usually also result in reasonable suggested mitigation measures, which are acceptable to both the development team and the community. In many cases, in order to ensure the selection of an impartial environmental consultant, the city officials may require that the consultant is selected from a pre-approved list provided by the city. And in certain cases, the city itself may select the consultant. Once the environmental engineer completes his initial review, he or she will produce a draft report, which is circulated to the public for review and comment. Once the comment period is closed, then the consultant must prepare a final EIR, which includes the consultant's and also the developer's responses to any comments that were received during the comment period. This final EIR will also include proposed mitigation measures to help offset the impacts of the project. Typically, the regulating body, like the Planning Commission or City Council, will include the EIR in their factual findings, and then will also include some or maybe all of the suggested mitigation measures in their conditions of approval for the project. This will ensure that the developer actually follows the mitigation measures that are suggested by the report. In my estimation, environmental considerations will only continue to become more and more important in real estate development. So any young developer is well advised to really become an environmental expert. The field is so wide open to interpretation that a skilled developer can help guide the process in a way that will help ensure that the environmental obligations of the project do not become overly burdensome from a financial point of view. Good luck, and have a great day.